What's good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live podcast. Be back in 30 seconds. What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to another episode of the Film and Box Office News Live podcast. This is episode number 48. Today, in honor of Paul Reubens, we are doing Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I know you are, but what am I?
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis.
What is good, Council of Comics? Welcome to the Film and Box Office News Live podcast, episode number 48. Yes, number 48. Of course, first, let me introduce my council. Phil, Cliff, green shirt guy. How are you today?
What's
Great.
up?
Excellent.
Excellent.
We have Larry, who is getting us going. Larry's like, hey, I'm here waiting. You know, I thought about that during the 30 seconds. I was like, it feels good to have somebody that's actually waiting there. Like, Kamaria waits there. Now Larry waits there. Like, it just feels good to have people that are ready for your show. And we appreciate that, Larry.
You can't
All right.
count your girlfriend waiting for us.
Why not? I can count her.
That's a person. That's one.
Come on.
It's a person. You
Yeah.
got one person from your household, from Phil, from Cliff. That would be more people. It's got to start somewhere. All right. First thing we're going to do, Young at Heart Foundation. We always do this. Love this guy. Go. All right. Focus. Boom. YoungAtHeartFoundation.com. Give a shout out to Mike. He helps out with the kiddies. They're in the hospitals, getting them books, going to visit them, taking them places, all that kind of stuff. So YoungAtHeartFoundation.com. Shout out to Mike. Get in touch with him. Next thing up, Hudson Valley Community Services. Cliff, your turn.
Hudson Valley Community Services offers a wealth of services here in the Hudson Valley, from HIV and STI testing to their food pantry, which I am on the committee to serve the food pantry. This year, we have the most important meal coming up the last Sunday of October. Starts at 9 a.m. at the Fishkill Rec Center. You could buy a table, you could buy tickets, you could just come and attend and donate whatever you can. It's $35 at the door, and we really appreciate all the help.
Excellent. If you need anything, get in touch with Hudson Valley Community Services.
You can also go to their website, hudsonvalleycs.org.
As they see right on there, and then you also see all the little locations they have in all the counties and the phone numbers. All right. And last but not least, Alternatives. Let me get this out of here. This is our favorite comic shop. If you have a favorite comic shop in your area, you need to go visit them. But this is our comic shop. This is out in Hyde Park, New York. The website is www.alternatives.net. You can order all your books, your toys, your cards, anything. Phone number is 845-233-4234, or you can email them at alternatives2@aol.com. Give a shout out to Anthony over there, and he will take care of all of your needs.
Shout out to AOL staying alive.
Facts.
And I got a couple things. They're not really altruistic, whatever, but if you want to see my artwork in person, I submitted a piece. You can go see if you can find it, because I'm not allowed to put my name on it, at the Dutchess County Fairgrounds for the yearly fair. So I put a piece in there. Christian, who was at Alternicon, is doing a Heroes and Villains show. So there's a bunch of friends and artists that he pooled. So I have two pieces there too. That's show opening Friday, 6 to 9. I could get you the address. I'll try and find it by the end of the show. But that's Friday as well.
Excellent.
So
Get
that,
out there and see Green Shirt Guy's art.
that Namor you guys saw went up there, along with the Black Panther.
Excellent. Get out there and see Green Shirt Guys. All right. Kamaria says, wow. It's messed up. Wow.
See you, Green Shirt Guy.
What?
But don't worry, Green Shirt
I'm
Guy.
just
She
saying.
put in a laughing face. A
just
little laugh
saying.
emoji.
That's like my wife's waiting for me to get home. You know.
No,
You-
it's
she-
not.
she-
It's totally different. You need to have everybody watching. This is totally different. Each person counts. But that can be argued at another time. Let's get into some news, shall we?
Oh, I found it. If you want the thing for Heroes and Villains, it's at Pink Cahoe Studio and Gallery, 144 Remsen Street, Cahoes, New York.
144 Remsen Street,
Remsen,
city?
REMSEN Street, Cahoes, New York.
Cahoes,
12047.
New York. You can go check out Green Shirt Guys artwork.
And Christian's. Christian's got a lot
And
of
Christian St. Pierre, good friend of ours as well. Excellent artist. Got his stuff right there. See, got his little Ahsoka back there. You know what I mean? Ahsoka's in 10 days. Oh my God. I can't wait. That's not what. I don't have it
Did
in
the
the
new
news.
trailer blow your mind?
Yeah. I don't have it in the news thing, but like Ahsoka right now is on fire. The trailers are on fire. To hear Grand Admiral Thrawn speak like 3-4 sentences about what he's doing, I was like, oh, it's slightly different than the cartoon, but not that much, and that's what I love about it.
Well, this takes place after the cartoon.
Well, I'm talking about his voice because when they interviewed him, they said he says since I'm doing it live action, he's like I can't do the same voice I did in the cartoon because when I'm in the cartoon, I'm animated a little more. He said I had to take this from a live action point of what Thrawn would sound like, and it still sounds like Thrawn, but it's just
I was gonna say it sounds fantastic. I don't even notice, and mostly because he's a really good actor.
Yeah, he was saying stuff like if you watch the cartoon, he says stuff like I am Grand, like he has these emphasizing things on things to make the animation stand out. But he's like I had to pull back a little bit on that for the live action while keeping the essence of Thrawn.
He's doing a great job.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You know, and I love that, like, you know, it's like Thrawn's mission hasn't really changed much since the last time we saw him.
Yeah, Larry says I'll wait and see what people say about that show. Just some more Star Wars news. So it's rumored that Mandalorian season 4 is now being converted into a movie because they want the plot line that they had in that season needs to come out before Dave Filoni's Heir to the Empire movie. So they're gonna take season, and plus with the strike and all the time and all that, like they don't want to hold things back anymore. So they're re-maneuvering it. So Mandalorian season 4 and a couple of other shows will be moved into a movie.
I don't like that.
No, I like it.
Yeah.
I think Star Wars is too much on TV right now. Too much.
Yeah, but I think you lose something by. What I like about the Star Wars shows and a bunch of the shows on Disney Plus is you have a chance to sit with these characters and things breathe a little bit more. Whereas in a movie, not that you can't do that, but sometimes they breeze through things quickly because, you know, no one wants to sit through a 4-hour movie. I mean, you and I would, but most the audience isn't going to generally, and they have to sell tickets.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying I would prefer to have a TV show. If you're going to do it, you know, it sounds like you do a better job if it's a TV show. Having said that, with Ahsoka, not that I'm worried about it because I'm going to watch it. I think it's going to be awesome. We're getting 2
episodes. Yeah.
So I'm wondering whether they're half-hour episodes.
I hear they're 40 minutes apiece. It's gonna be like an hour 30 for all of it.
I wonder if we're getting 2 because the first one is kind of slow. It feels like the last couple shows.
There's multiple reasons why. You know what I mean? You want to pull people in.
Well, I mean, think about Andor.
I was gonna say many times.
Would you have gone back?
If
Andor we only had gotten 1 episode to start off, would you have gone back?
I would have.
Well, yeah, but you are a Star Wars freak. So I'm saying general public.
Probably not.
Right. That's
Probably not.
I'm wondering if this is going to start slow.
Larry says, I don't trust Disney anymore. Oh, I'm almost there with you, Larry. I'm
And
almost
nope
there with
sounds
you.
like trash.
And nope sounds like trash. I don't think
Larry's
the
wearing
movie
Steve
sounds trash.
DeSario clothes right now.
Huh?
Larry's wearing Steve DeSario clothes right now.
All right, let's jump over to what I had in here for news. This was in our council chat, so I thought I'd bring it up. Taron Egerton reportedly pulls an Andrew Garfield as Kingsman star, rumored to appear as Wolverine variant alongside Hugh Jackman in Deadpool 3.
I wanted this for how long? I want it to be true.
I'm all for it. I hope he stays, not just.
I don't think it's true.
Yeah.
Look at all
Yeah.
the crap they told us about Multiverse of Madness, and then look at what we got.
Yeah, I don't think it's true because I think he's up high on the list of who's going to play Wolverine in the MCU, and I don't think they're gonna do that. Right, but taking the formula of them, like with Reed Richards and John Krasinski, like Krasinski's not going to be Reed Richards.
Or is he?
He's not.
Or is he?
If it comes out of nowhere that he is, then it's one of the best kept secrets that Marvel's ever kept.
Well, what's the easiest way to keep a secret is to put it out in the open.
Larry says nope, not Soka, but the idea of a movie.
Oh yeah, the movie idea is a rush.
Oh, okay.
We'll see. So, what are your feelings on this, Taron Egerton?
I want it to be true, and again, when I posted that, I was all about like I don't like rumor and speculation, but
you did.
I like this one.
I've been saying for the longest time, I think he'd be a great Wolverine.
He would. He's a great actor.
Big enough.
He can do multiple accents. He could be Canadian.
Not big enough. He's thick enough.
Yeah, but you can thicken him up. That's whatever. With these diets and trainers, they can make guys huge now. He's the right size, which is perfect.
So they're gonna go with a short Wolverine.
They should have initially.
I mean, but you had Hugh. Hugh did a great job.
I'm not taking anything away from Hugh Jackman's
Listen,
performance. I think he owned that role, but
what we got for what we had back then
absolutely
was still groundbreaking because we really had trash back then, right? So the fact that we got Tyler Mane, Halle Berry, Hugh Jackman, that we got all these people on the screen to deliver decent. Oh, and of course, Sir Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart.
And for the most part, looked like the character too, right? Of all of those, I mean, the guy played. Who was the guy who played Sabretooth? Yeah, I'm sure you just mentioned
Tyler Mane.
Tyler Mane.
He looked just like the comic book.
Yeah,
and it didn't look goofy.
By the way, he's doing the comic shows lately. Tyler Mane. He looks great. Yeah.
Larry says, man, I always wanted Scott Eastwood to play Wolverine.
Scott Eastwood is a good contender, but I feel he's in the same ballpark as my precious Taron here.
Yeah.
I'm down there, Gollum.
What? Scott Eastwood's a little bit precious to me too, just not as precious as Taron. Taron's a little higher.
You're calling him precious.
Yeah, I don't care. They are precious to me.
What do you think, Phil?
I don't know. It's like, what I really thought is, man, I wish like the buzz around Deadpool would ease up a little bit. It's just like almost a year away.
Bigger every day.
Because of the strike, it has gone down a little bit.
Yeah,
it has gone down. But that's because nothing's in production right now.
So yeah, it has gotten like, I don't know if it's gone down. It has kind of gone maybe even up. Like
I think it's gone to a place where it should be now.
All right.
I think when they come back, it's just gonna explode like fury again, like everything. But we will have a new Hollywood.
If Taron, if he's the new Wolverine, cool.
Yeah, I think we'll have a new Hollywood when the strike is over.
Well, we'll have a new Hollywood one way or another.
Yeah, there'll be some changes. Like even the last radio strike, there was some changes after it. So
yeah, I think there'll be a lot of projects to begin with, but they'll be very focused because of now they got to pay more money that they said they didn't have before. You know what I mean? And there's a rumor that streaming will eventually not be anymore. What will be is that streaming will become like iTunes a la carte. So if you want to watch Ahsoka season 1, you'll pay a set price to watch Ahsoka season 1. If you want to watch per episode, you could. If you want to watch certain way, that's the only way they say they can pay for the things that everything's going on.
That's nonsense.
I think it's true.
Because
you think about it, think of Netflix and all these streaming places. You only pay, let's round it all out. You pay $10, right, for Disney Plus, and you can watch the shows as many times as you want, but there's no residuals for the people. They get no residuals for what people watching that. Now you have to take that $10 and spread it across all the actors and all the shows, which leaves a little bit of money. So that's not going to be viable anymore. They're going to either raise the price per month, which would be from $10, now it'll be like $25, which now it becomes more than cable, and it defeats the purpose.
I got to tell you, right now it's more than cable.
But it'll be way more than cable. You know what I mean? Way more.
Well, then you're going to see a bunch of these services go out of business.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or they'll merge. Like services will merge with each other.
Doesn't matter. You're still going to go out of business if you're going to have a bunch of them
like
charging
$1
$20
billion.
$25.
It's like $1 billion easy that they get from Disney Plus.
Well, think about it. Let's think about this. Let's think
your
about
money,
it.
Disney.
Would you pay $5 for Ahsoka season 1?
No.
You wouldn't pay $5? I'd pay $5
$5
for Ahsoka season 1.
For the whole
You go to the movies and pay $30 for $15, $20 for one ticket for
$8.
2 hours. You
To
wouldn't
sit
pay
in a
$5
recliner.
for 8 episodes?
I pay $8 to sit in a recliner.
Oh,
But that's for a 2-hour movie. The show is 8 episodes. You wouldn't pay $5 for that?
It's not going to be $5. We're talking about
What do you-
something that's not going to happen. It's not. It's not. Here's why I know it's not going to be $5, because you can already buy episodes of shows on iTunes and like $2 or $3 per episode. So there's zero chance.
No,
of
yeah,
it
$2 or
selling
$3
the
per
season.
episode. But if they give you a bargain package, hey,
They're not going to
$6
do it.
for
Why
all
would they do that?
Because they don't have the money to pay.
They
these
do.
people.
They do
They're
season
They're not
packages.
going to make it cheaper when they're saying they don't have money.
It's not cheaper. You're paying
They're not gonna
$5
make-
for Ahsoka. You're not paying $5 for Disney Plus.
You're not.
You're
listening.
just paying $5 for Ahsoka.
Let's, for argument's sake, I want to go on. I'm just going to pick a show off the top of my head. I want to go on and watch the most recent season of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
It's $2 to $3 per episode.
Okay.
So you're telling me it's $2 to $3 per episode now, but that HBO is going to come at me and say, you know what? Why don't you wait and you can see the whole season for $5? Not going to happen. They're gonna
No,
sell it
what
to
I'm
you-
saying
they're
is
gonna sell
that
it to
if
you,
you're gonna watch it per episode, yeah, they're gonna charge you $2.99. If
But
you
if you-
buy the whole season before, you're not waiting. You're purchasing the season even before the episodes come out. So when
Right,
the
but-
episodes come out, you have automatic access to it. They're gonna be like, okay, if you paid per episode 8 episodes, $3, that's $24. If you pay $10,
so they're going to get
you'll
sell it
have
to
the
you
whole
for 20.
season.
No chance they're going to sell it to you for 10. They'll
Well,
sell it
they'll
to
do
you
it
for
for
20.
20.
Because they can then turn around and sell it again the same package as a DVD or a Blu-ray when they finally release it. So all they're going to do is package it for you digitally before you can go buy it in the store. There's no way they're doing $10. If they can't afford it now, selling it per episode, there's zero chance they're going to cut it.
But they don't
the
do
price
that.
in half.
They don't do that now.
There's all kinds of shows you can buy by episode.
Where on iTunes? Not all over. I'm
iTunes.
talking about all over the place.
iTunes, Apple TV, Prime, not
You
Netflix.
can
could
pay
buy,
per
you could
episode.
buy- you could buy every series
So
by
what-
episode.
How much
season
is the
package,
episode usually?
$2 to $3
$2 to $3. Yeah.
That's what it's
per
gonna be.
episode for maybe an hour-long episode.
That's what it's gonna be.
You buy an episode of Bluey, which is 22 minutes, $3.
That's what it's gonna be. Larry, that's why I never paid. I pirated. That's unpopular, but it's ridiculous as it is now paying for Disney Plus, paying for Paramount, paying for Netflix, paying for Hulu. It's true. Streaming has gotten out of hand. I think we've gotten too used to having everything in the palm of our hand. But it's gotten out of hand, and now we're in the predicament we are, where we got to figure out the money thing.
So now
Hollywood's
who's
in that
talking, now who's
predicament.
talking
Yeah.
to the studios?
Huh? No, I'm not on the studio side. What I'm saying is,
you're talking their
because
language.
if you expect the studios to be like, just pull out some imaginary, not even like open up their vault and pull out this extra money to pay these people. That's not going to happen. The studios are going to be like, okay, you want to get paid, then we're going to have to do this.
Oh no,
You see what I'm saying?
I don't disagree with that.
And I don't think the actors will disagree with it, because the actors will be like, we'd rather have that
because they're getting paid.
Yeah, they'd rather have that.
What I'm telling you is if you think that all these streaming services are going to roll that package out and most of them aren't going to collapse, you're wrong.
No, I agree with you. Some of them are going to collapse.
Not some.
And
see
they'll merge with
going back to cable.
They'll merge with other streaming services. But that's what it is. Some more movie news. Barbie is WB's second highest grossing movie ever. May soon beat Harry Potter for the top spot.
Which Harry Potter?
Whichever one is
whichever one got the number one.
8 movies, so like
I think it's the last ones were the biggest ones. The Halloween.
I think the first one of the last two was more money than the last one.
Which one was it?
Deathly Hallows.
The Deathly Hallows.
I think part 1 was more than part 2. As weird as that sounds.
Austin Butler reveals advice Tom Hanks gave him after he went so deep playing Elvis.
Don't care.
And Jensen Ackles Batman gets an updated Batsuit Sunny DC Universe fan art. There's a big push for Jensen to be Batman. And
that's wonderful. Not
James
for fan art.
DC. No. You know what I mean? Do you think he'll get a shot at being Batman?
Hope not.
Oh, he wouldn't be the worst thing ever.
He wouldn't be good. He's Val Kilmer for this generation. And I think
Val
Kilmer's a great actor, but he's too
Val Kilmer don't sleep on Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer has done some great things.
His Batman was not good.
Listen, Jensen Ackles did a great job being the voice of the Red Hood in the Red Hood feature animated movie. So I'm okay with him.
It's different being a voice actor as to us seeing your face and the way you emote on screen. We both.
That is true, but like he can do it just because Supernatural wasn't incredibly demanding of him all the time.
I've never seen that show, so that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying.
Oh, good Lord! So you haven't even seen his primary thing.
I've seen him in stuff. I think he's okay. Personally, I think he's too pretty to be Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne should be pretty. He's a sought after
billionaire.
He's a sought after billionaire.
But then, if you're saying he's too pretty, then you don't like Pattinson. Then
I didn't like Pattinson when he was cast.
But I
still think he's too small to be Bruce Wayne. I let it go because he's Batman year 1, but I still think he's too small.
You're 2, my friend. You're 2.
Whatever, you know what I mean. I still think he should be a big buff guy, and that was one of the things that took me out of that movie, and I love that movie. So let me just put that out there. But that scene where he's pushing the table across the floor so he can make his map on the floor, the typical detective map. When he's pushing that table across the floor with his shirt off, I'm like, dude, you weigh like you're real thin. Come on, you're Batman. What are we doing?
Larry says people are going to buy that whole season and then legally streaming for I can watch it, laugh out loud. Larry's got the secret ends. He's got that fire stick and viewer man retcon Doomsday Clock and restore the Snyderverse. Viewer man, no! What are you doing?
Doomsday Clock was
Snyderverse again.
Doomsday Clock was all right. The problem with that book was it took so long for each issue to come out that I had to.
That was a huge problem. I think it's funny for people who didn't experience things, and maybe he did experience it in real time. But for those of us who experienced it in real time, it definitely hurt my reception of the whole story.
Yeah, because I kept forgetting where we were.
What, in Doomsday Clock?
Yeah, that book would come out whenever. That book took like 3 years.
And it was supposed to be what? I think there was supposed to be a planned gap, but not what it was. And then it felt like they were catching up.
Larry says, but his Bruce Wayne was good. He's talking about Pattinson, I believe. And viewer man says James Gunn's DCU already sucks.
Agree. 100% agree.
But it hasn't even started yet.
It hasn't even started yet. I think that's next week, right? I think next week is Blue Beetle.
Yes. The little bit of news. Did you guys see that Gal Gadot stuff that happened?
Yes, of course.
So
Did you see all the? Did you see all the other stuff?
Yeah. So
Ugh.
well, first we'll start with David Ayer. David Ayer said that James Gunn told him we will see the Ayer cut eventually
Of Suicide Squad.
of Suicide Squad. And he went and he bragged it to the papers and all this
Is
stuff.
that the first one?
Yes, it is.
Yes. And then James Gunn never replied about that. The second one is Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot told someone that James Gunn told me in quotes that we're gonna work with you on Wonder Woman 3 and develop it together and put it out there.
James and Peter specifically.
James and Peter. Then another story came out from, I believe, Variety that says that Gal Gadot made up the whole story. That is not true. Because the studio says that meeting never happened. So, like Viewerman says, it's a big mess over there. I would rather.
By the way, I know it wasn't like an official meeting, but I believe her that she spoke to them.
I
And
believe that too. Because
you know, and I
quotes of James Gunn saying, because somebody said, "You're getting rid of Gal," and he was like, "No, we haven't gotten rid of Gal. We actually met. Blah blah blah. We talked." And he said, "We didn't get rid of Henry. He just didn't fit what I was trying to do for Superman." That's
that's a nice way of saying.
And of course, Green Shirt Guy represents that 25% of the viewer audience that doesn't care. So much so, he made a sign for it. Viewer man, I would much rather eat horse poop than watch James Gunn's The Suicide Squad and Peacemaker and read Doomsday Clock. I have to disagree with you on Peacemaker. Peacemaker was great. Anybody here see Peacemaker?
I did not, because I watched Suicide Squad.
No, Peacemaker is great. Peacemaker is great, and John Cena does a phenomenal job in that show. Phenomenal job in that show. Larry says, "Sorry, Val Kilmer." Yeah.
No, he was the good Bruce Wayne. I see what he was saying. Yeah, he was a pretty good Bruce Wayne.
All right, so
Disagree.
we spoke about the Barbs, so let's check out the box office news. Same three as last week. Got number one Barbie, brought in 33 million.
I called it. What did I call it on Turtles?
You did. Oppenheimer is at 2. They move up. He is moved up one spot. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is at 3. Now for Barbie, let's check out Barbie.
Global domination.
Barbs. Almost $1.2 billion. And it ain't slowing down. It ain't slowing down.
How Barbie saves the DC universe.
36%. Viewerman says also released a Schumacher cut of Batman Forever. I hear that's pretty good.
Hey, Kevin Smith is trying. Kevin Smith is trying.
Good. Yeah. So yeah, Barbie's not stopping. It's only down 36%. Oppenheimer is down 35%. It's at 650 worldwide. That's amazing for Mr. Nolan. Very incredible right there. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles only dropped 43%. They're at 94 worldwide.
Good. After 2 weeks.
I think it has to hit about 250 though. Yeah. And I don't think it's released that much overseas. Because Turtles is big in China.
In Japan.
So maybe it hasn't played in China yet. I don't. And in Japan. Meg 2 has dropped from the number 2 spot to the number 4 spot with 12 million. It's only dropped 57%. Oh, that's big. The Last Voyage of the Dementor.
That got. Oof.
This is
that did not
debut.
do well.
Oof.
Oof.
Horrible.
That's not good.
7 million. That's not good. Viewerman says Doomsday Clock and 3 Jokers in the MCU made comics and superheroes go back to being a joke. I don't know if I agree with the MCU part. 3 Jokers I didn't read.
Yeah, I didn't love it. It was okay.
My Doomsday Clock and the MCU ruined superheroes. I don't know if I agree with that.
My problem with 3 Jokers from the get-go is that they more, even before it was released, in the what's the word I'm looking for, the lead up to it. Oh, we're gonna tell you who the Joker is. I'm like, no. To me, he's scarier as a villain when you don't know who he is. You don't fully know his origin. He could be anybody, which means
wasn't the end result. We're still not really sure.
Well, no. It's been a while since I read it, but the whole thing was that there was 3 guys doing the role, and this guy did.
Yeah, but the thing is,
this guy,
one Joker made the other Jokers.
Yes.
And we don't truly know who Joker is.
Yeah.
And all of them think they're the real Joker. Like, that was the only thing that softened the blow, but it was not great.
It wasn't great as a detective story is the problem.
Oh yeah, that also was problematic.
And Jason was far too violent even for Jason.
Yeah, it's I love how editorial doesn't do anything to go, yo, dude, this is the direction we've had the character in at the moment. So if you're gonna course correct that, you can't just do it on page 1.
Right.
All right. So bad move on the Last Voyage. I know they're disappointed on that. Haunted Mansion dropped 40%.
That's
only pulled in 5. Talk to Me pulled in 5. Sound of Freedom still in there, but it dropped 2 slots to number 8.
Yeah, but that's been out for a while. So
been a while.
The fact that it's still making $4 million is
yeah.
Look at its total. I mean, they're fine.
Yeah.
It's
$172 million.
And it didn't get released in worldwide.
For a movie that probably cost them about $20 million to make. So.
Right.
Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, very huge disappointment.
That's the problem.
This is a huge disappointment for Tommy Cruise. It did $522 million. I think it was expected to do a lot more than that.
We know, rumor has it that he was psycho about getting to $1 billion.
Right. This is just, and it's not to say that it couldn't, because Barbie made $1 billion, and his Tom Cruise Top Gun Maverick made $1 billion. So there was just something about this Mission Impossible. I think it was just a crowded year, man. This year is so crowded. And if you don't catch that wave of momentum when the movie's coming out, people will just be like, I'll wait till digital.
I mean, the other thing too, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember seeing any kind of, hey, this is coming to theaters on TV at all. Barbie, as much as whatever. At least I saw stuff. Oh yeah, Barbie's coming out soon. Mission Impossible. Oh, it came out. I did want to see that. I didn't know it was out already.
I'm surprised Barbie is I'll be honest, I'm surprised how Barbie, I would not have thought Barbie would have been this good.
Me either.
The Barbie's surprising me.
Yeah, it surprised me a little bit, but I know there's a huge fan base for Barbie. Huge fan base for Barbie. So
I continue to say this. It is bigger than a fan base thing. And that's all I have to say about it.
How'd your mom enjoy it?
She did enjoy it. She did enjoy it. And she thinks everything's ridiculous. And she even thought the premise was pretty ridiculous. And she still enjoyed it.
My sister saw it this weekend and she enjoyed it.
I enjoyed Barbie. I enjoyed Barbie.
Score one for like being a bit original. And,
Yeah, I enjoyed Barbie. I didn't agree with some of the messages, but who's gonna agree with every message that's in every movie? You know what I mean? I can sit back and say I enjoyed this movie. I didn't agree with these points, but I did enjoy the movie. I don't see how that's an issue. Larry Jackson, give Dracula some time. Listen, man, Dracula might not get that much time. Yeah. Viewer man says, hold on. Viewer man says the Blue Beetle movie sucks. I hope it fails. Did you see the Blue Beetle movie yet, viewer man? I'm seeing contention within you. If you do not want the flames to come out of me, you must back up your point. No one gets a free pass here, viewer man. Prove your point. I think that's Joey. I think viewer man is Joey.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it's Joey because viewer man is responding from my channel.
I'll
Oh
say
yeah,
this.
he's one of your guys.
Yeah.
All right, we
That
appreciate
last
viewer
Voyage
man.
movie,
Huh?
I'm telling you what, that last Voyage movie's in trouble because it made this little now, and the reviews have not been good.
What movie?
The last Voyage, yeah.
Oh,
What I read and heard is that it's very much, you've seen it before. There's nothing special about it. It's very, not vanilla, but it's very, not, it's just kind of, it's all very expected. Nothing new.
Well, I think if it was a great movie, people would have spoke about it.
That's what I'm saying.
And, you know what I mean? That's what happens with movies. People speak about movies, and it's usually the word of mouth that kills or makes a movie rise. You know? Indie.
yeah, let's see the total gross on Indie because it's like
Indie is still
Boy,
the top
y'all
10.
love
and-
punishment. Love punishment.
yeah.
But this is
it's
good.
like-
I'm glad Indiana Jones did this.
I
I'm
think
glad it's
what do
staying
you call
in
it? Came out. What do you call it? Miles Morales come out after or before Indie?
Before.
Yeah. Okay.
Before.
But, yeah.
So Indy made 370 approximately worldwide. It made its money back. Is what you can say. It made its money back.
Maybe.
And then some, because you know it's gonna be you could sell, you get Indiana
On digital.
Jones and Ahsoka and get your Disney Plus subscription.
Yeah, on digital it'll make money as well. So I'm really happy about.
No, well, because you'd
Yeah.
be able to buy it for $2 once they put it on, ad hoc.
Get ready. Get your cards ready. Get your cards ready. All right, that's the box office.
You get this season
Top
of
10.
Ahsoka and Indiana Jones for $6, according to Sam.
Yeah.
Don't get mad at me for what
I'm
they're
not
trying
mad.
to do.
I just think you're wrong.
I
That's
just
all I'm
report this stuff.
saying.
I'm not
and I
sitting
think
here
you're
make
wrong.
like most of these YouTube channels that make this shit up out their ass. So excuse my
I-
language,
I-
Sam, language.
I hear what you're saying. I just think you're wrong.
Don't say I'm wrong. I'm just reporting this.
You no. Don't you go down.
I didn't. I said this is what they're planning, and I agree with it. If you want to call me wrong for that, that's fine.
I'm saying okay.
I agree that that's what they're going to do. Whether it's right or wrong, who knows?
That's what I'm saying.
Viewer man says if someone made a review on Doomsday Clock, it should be called Doomsday Clock is so bad that oh my god. All right, viewer man, listen to me good. Listen to me real. Okay? I want
Hey,
you to
we need
listen.
the viewers. Don't scare them away.
No. Our channel's not going to be run like that. Our channel's going to be run on a little bit of respect going on up in here. We're going to ask you to please tone down your comments. All right? We get wild here. We talk about wild stuff. But the give you the then and the damn, no, we're not talking about that. Because there's people that actually suffer with those kind of things. And we're not playing games with that. So, viewer man, if you want to be a continued part of this council, tone it down a little bit. Okay, you don't like Doomsday Clock? I hear you. I love Doomsday Clock. I hated the release schedule, but I thought the story was phenomenal.
Really?
Am I wrong for that? Yeah, I love Doomsday Clock. I thought it was great.
It was okay.
I thought it was great.
I think great.
I think it would.
But yeah, you're
I
welcome
think-
to your opinion. I think great.
As long as we can hate Dark Crisis together.
Yes,
Yeah.
they Dark Crisis together. But I like Doomsday Clock. I did. The thing that people don't like about Doomsday Clock is that, like you guys said, one issue came out one time, next issue came out like 5 months later. Like you couldn't get into a groove with that story. But I actually sat down and went through the whole story in one shot, and it's great. It's great, in my opinion. Larry, like, damn. The viewer man's like, what? Nobody likes Doomsday Clock. I just told you I like Doomsday Clock. That's what I just told you right here. This is one person right here. All right. Viewer man got me. All right, viewer man. We're going to get into what we came to talk about here. It's everybody's favorite part of the show. Last week, your homework in honor of the late, great Paul Reubens was to watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Oh, man, when I watched this movie.
I watched it this morning. It was like,
Watched it last night.
I
We came
love
back
this
from
movie.
Turtles and I watched it.
I love this movie.
Okay.
Love this movie. It's just funny to me. It's quirky. It's Pee-wee. It's outlandish at some points, outrageous, but it's never meant to be a serious movie.
No, it's certainly not.
It's
It
never
never gets
meant to be
there.
a serious movie.
yeah. I thought there was a few things I like don't because I haven't watched this like in forever, and then like watching it this time, I thought there was other things that kind of used the Pee-wee formula, like other comedies that kind of use the formula where we're going from point A to point B, and there's all these like little like almost funny skit parts from point A to point B. Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like what was it, like Jay and Silent Bob like Strike Back was like kind of one of those movies where it's just like full of a bunch of little skits and stuff like that. The
Why
other
would
thing
you
I
think
like-
this would be an inspiration to Jay and Silent Bob?
You're reading
Yeah.
my mind, Phil, because to me it felt like some of those early SNL movies where it felt like a bunch of skits put together, but not
Well,
a
it is-
linear thought.
Oh yeah,
It is co-written by Phil Hartman.
There you go. I mean, it had
And it
moments where
features-
I was laughing,
It features plenty of SNL actors too.
It does.
but it just
Um,
the storyline obviously was all about the bike, but then like the journey to get there was just all over the place.
the other thing is
Um,
like a very cool like Tim Burton. Danny Elfman does the music, and this is like really like early stuff from both of them. So like there's like a whole little like animated part where you just see like some eyeballs, and that was like all animated. That was like really kind of cool. There was like some stop motion effects. And This
Yes.
is like before Beetlejuice. And that's
Yeah.
really kind of cool.
Yeah. So, like you said, it's directed by Tim Burton. It's scored by Danny Elfman, which is great.
Before
And
Batman.
then Paul Reubens, like before
It's
Batman,
directed by
when
Tim
eccentric
Burton, but
man-child Pee Wee Herman gets his beloved bike stolen in broad daylight, he sets out across the U.S. on the adventure of his life.
So it's directed by Tim Burton, but to me, this
Yeah.
didn't feel like a Tim Burton movie. This felt very much like Paul Reubens is like, I want you to do this movie, but I'm going to handle all the big decisions, and you just make sure that it actually looks like a movie when we're done.
You don't think? I thought it felt like a Tim Burton movie.
I didn't get Tim Burton.
The whole large Marge stuff.
which made no
the large
sense
Marge
whatsoever.
stuff.
Whatsoever.
That's supposed to make sense.
Here's the thing: I'm going into this movie blind because I'd never seen it. So I'm watching it with my wife, and I'm like, all right. And a couple parts I'm laughing, and then I'm like, what is this? And she's like, it's Pee Wee Herman. I'm like, no, I get it. She goes, well, didn't you watch the show? I said, I watched the show, but I didn't watch the show every week. It wasn't like, oh, Pee Wee's Playhouse is on. I'll make sure I tune in. Like, I watch certain cartoons on Saturday mornings, but like, if Pee Wee was on, I'm flipping through, I'd watch it, but I wasn't looking for it. So yeah, maybe that. I don't know. There was a couple parts that I
You
did
knew
laugh
of
out
Pee Wee,
loud.
but you weren't a huge Pee Wee fan.
Not really. His laugh got to me after a while. Like, I remembered it, but I'm like, why is he laughing? He's laughing at stuff that didn't seem like it was something to laugh at, other than you have to put that noise in every 5 seconds.
Well, like Pee-wee's character is that of a terrible comedian. Like that's what he was envisioning when he created this character. Which, by the way, the first time he put
dating
this character
show
was the dating game. He was on the dating game
Is
with
that
Pee-wee
right?
Herman. Right.
Yeah.
And you would get the
Fun.
call.
Now that's funny.
Yeah, you would get the call sheets back in the day, right? And so he got the call sheet, and he showed up like this, right?
That's,
And
I
he's
would
like,
watch that.
and he knew how powerful this character was as soon as people called him to the front of the line, right?
Yeah.
And he's on 2 episodes of the dating game.
He won
And
the
you know-
second time.
Yeah, and the first one where he loses, right? The guys who answer the questions, other than him, have way cringier answers than Pee-wee
Oh
does.
yes, they were
that right?
super cringe. If you watch, you can look it on YouTube. You can find it on
I'll have
YouTube.
to find it.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that he owns his character. He didn't
Well,
sell this character to anybody. He was like, "This
Who
is
else would do
my
it?
character. This is my character that I made up." But usually people would sell it to like a studio, something like that, because the second movie, Pee-wee's Big Top, is not a Warner Brothers movie. He had to go to Paramount to get it done, and he had to tell Danny Elfman to recreate a Pee-wee theme that sounded like this theme because Warner Brothers owned the rights to the first movie music. And I thought the second movie was just as good. And I just found out there was a third one. I didn't even know
Yeah, it's
Pee-wee's
on Netflix. Third
Big
one.
Holiday. So
No,
I'm
that
going to
was-
end up watching that.
Oh, you should. That one is thanks to Joe Manganiello.
Yes.
Like
He
their
is a-
their real life friendship birthed that
Did
movie.
you watch
Right?
it?
Yeah, it was as soon as it came out, I watched it.
Is it just as is it
I
a
wouldn't
worthy
say
successor?
I think it's worthy to the character, not worthy in as grand, right?
Got you. Small,
It is.
yeah.
It's still very modern, but it's still very Pee-wee, right?
Mhm.
But I do think you'll appreciate what the story is.
And
it's
those,
very
like you said, that one's smaller, right? These
Yeah.
Pee-wee movies, they're kind of epic in a way.
They're
They're
big
like
in
really
scale.
on a grand scale. And I
that.
like the way it moves along. Phil, what's your ideas?
Yeah, no, it's it was good. It was a good movie. Like that was like it led to a pretty successful like children's like that character he did go into like the show.
I'm a little concerned that we went from 5 viewers to 1.
Yeah. Scared
They
away
don't
by
like
yelling
Pee-wee?
at the-
That's their problem.
No, they
That's
you
their
yelled at
problem.
that-
We're
that,
honoring
what's it?
Paul Reubens today. I don't care.
You
I
yelled
don't
at
care
our,
about
our,
that.
our one viewer and scared the other 4 away.
That's fine. Let
No,
them go.
there were 2 moments that did make me laugh in this movie. The part where he goes into the bike shop and he's talking to Dottie, and she basically asks him out. And he's like, "You don't want to be with me.
I'm a
I'm
rebel,
a rebel."
daddy.
That that made me laugh. I'll say that made me laugh.
But
that-
then to have the criminal guy repeat it to him,
Yes, yes.
yeah, see, that's good writing right there.
That made me laugh. And then the part where he goes to the Alamo and he's talking to Simone afterward, and he goes, there apparently there isn't a basement at the Alamo. They don't. That's a crap they don't teach you in school. You have to experience it for yourself. That made me laugh. That was fun. The rest of it, yeah.
Oh, there was a part with like he's in like that thing with the girl, and the guy only hears the conversation.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
And the
yeah.
dinosaur.
And he only
Did you notice that when he goes in the magic shop, that the glass, the etching on the glass is wrong?
What do you mean?
So the shot is, basically the shot like me, right? So he's coming at the camera, and he closes the door as he's coming, so the door's behind him, and he's still coming at the camera. And it says Mario's across the glass, and then Joke Shop facing out. So if you're standing outside the store, Mario's would be backwards.
Oh,
Catching those little bits right there. One of my favorite scenes is when he brought everybody downstairs to explain what he was going to do to try to find his bike.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah,
like,
it's like
it's they keep sewing and sewing and sewing. His whole mad science like plan thing, I was like, oh, this is hilarious.
I didn't understand how he got away from getting his butt kicked by the bikers just because he did that dance.
Well, he's like, what? He's like, give me one last request, and then they all kind of like, you know.
Yeah, he
Go
started
for it.
slamming the glasses and being like rebellish and all that, and that's kind of what. But what's funny though is when he gets on the bike
Right after.
and then he pulls off. He can't control it, and he smacks into the building. Like,
So ridiculous.
oh, I love that so much. And then at the end, when they made a movie about his
With
Wait.
Morgan Fairchild as
Yeah.
Donnie
And Brolin.
and James
Oh,
Brolin.
when he was in Hollywood, and even like this was the first time I noticed, I was like, "Oh my god, is that Twisted Sister?" I was
Yes,
like,
yes. But they didn't use the Twisted Sister song. It was like they were filming a new video.
Yeah. Paging Mr. Herman. Paging Mr. Herman. If you look at his face during that scene, like he's trying to get like in the middle of them, and then he's just like looking at the camera.
I like how like
It's
the
so
end, all
good.
those people that all those little sketches, you know, in the middle of this movie, they were all at the drive-in, which was kind of cool. They all got like that ending shine.
Yeah. When he goes into the animal store to save all the animals.
Yeah.
And he keeps going by the snakes, and he's just like, I can't.
And then the monkey goes back in with him.
Yeah, he's like, come on, you can help.
I'll say
What's
this
the-
much: a movie like this sometimes will take a big name actress or someone who's model looks for the girlfriend, and they didn't in this case. But I thought the Dottie, she was cute.
Yep.
I dug her.
I thought the
Yeah.
way he dealt with that, he was funny.
Right, she
Just like
always
a
wants
kid,
to kiss him, be romantic with him. He's like,
Yeah. It's like, remember on the phone when he's asking her to buy her a bus ticket and stuff?
Yeah.
And then he asks, and he's like, hello? I can't hear you. Something's gone wrong. But he ends up being with Dottie anyway, so.
yeah, but
That's
every time she tries to kiss him, nothing. The kissing happens on screen with Morgan Fairchild.
Yes.
Yeah.
What was the name of the guy who owned the bike shop too? Who you see like twice
Chuck.
in the whole movie.
Chuck.
That's it. Chuck,
Yeah.
who doesn't speak English as a first language, but his name's Chuck.
Yeah. Is that a problem, Chuck? Just the little characters. Francis, the guy that stole his bike
Francis,
in the
who's in
first
Teen
place.
Wolf.
Yes, Francis. Pee-wee went in his house and started choking him inside the water and stuff. Pee-wee was vicious. Pee-wee was vicious at times. The large Marge thing is
Oh,
the
and
classic
how
part.
about Random Task is the door guy for Francis's house?
Oh yeah, with the knock. The knock was hilarious. He's like,
And then he's got the hand that's still knocking.
they hand
for him.
on it. The magic shop was good with the trick gum and all the little gadgets that he was getting.
The boomerang bow tie. Does it come in red?
Yeah. Him going through Warner Brothers, the Twisted Sister scene.
Yeah.
But
I know you
I
have
enjoyed
one
this
eye.
overall. I know you have one eye. Like, did he? I was
The
wondering if he
toothbrush
did this. Was this his version of shaving? Yeah. Was he shaving like this?
Oh,
or
with
just being
the
funny? I didn't
with
know.
this guy. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey,
No, he did that on the show too. That was his thing. He always did faces with the tape. How about where he starts breakfast and the pancakes are flipping out of the ceiling?
Yes. And then
I was
land.
just waiting for them
gravity.
to fall, but they didn't. Man, they didn't fall.
I gotta say,
Tell
the
him why.
Large Mod sent you. But I gotta say, my two favorite things in the movie were the opening in his house, because I was just so over the top, and then the closing where he gets the bike back and the chase that takes place.
Mm-hmm.
I like the dog
Like-
too, Speck.
Speck.
Speckle's great.
Hey,
and he
Speck.
took the Speckle, and Speckle's a human.
Well, I'm sitting like Spec, and RJ's sitting next to her watching with me. He goes, "Well, he's not big enough to be a spot." I'm like, "Okay,
Got him.
all right,
Got him. So yeah, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. It has 2 sequels: Pee-wee Big Top Pee-wee
Hey, we're not live.
and Pee-wee's Holiday.
We're not live.
That's scheduled in the corner.
No. We're live. We're live.
Oh
We're
yeah,
live.
I'd say it's
Okay.
live.
Mine
Yeah.
doesn't say live. Okay, mine doesn't say live. I didn't want to freak anybody out. Mine just doesn't say live.
You just freaked us out, great
Well,
show,
usually it
guys.
says live, and I can see the count, but I don't see it today.
Yeah, I'm hoping they didn't.
No, it's going. I see it. It's
Okay.
going.
Okay, I'm
Woo.
sorry.
Okay, we're good. All right, numbers all around.
See, we're not faking
Phil.
it, people at home.
You know what? I this is like a low 7. It is a low 7. But it's still like
Ooh.
fun money. So it's like a lower 7. Oh, like that's really yeah,
Okay,
it's like a lower 7.
all right, Cliff.
Yeah, probably a low 7. I don't know if you guys remember this. I have many favorite Paul Rubin things, but my favorite is the character he played on Murphy Brown. That was actually my favorite thing he did because, like,
Was he one of the secretaries?
yes, technically, but worse than that. He actually was like the grandson of the owner of the network or something like that, and he was an absolute terror. And he would come back to torment her multiple times, and I absolutely loved it. In fact, he's like the reason I ever started watching that show.
Isn't he in that 70s show too?
He's like one time.
He's
the
also
record
the
shop owner,
Penguin's
isn't he?
father.
He's Penguin's father on Gotham.
Yeah.
He's in a few episodes.
No, he's Penguin's father in Batman Returns.
But he's Penguin's
No, Gotham.
Gotham as well.
Oh, well, the first it was in Batman Returns. Then.
Well, guess what? They used Mom and Dad from Batman Returns.
Really?
They cast them as Mom and Dad.
Wow, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Green shirt guy.
Gotta give it like a 6.
6, huh?
Like I said, there was a couple moments that I thought were really funny. This is not a movie I'm going to race back to watch again.
All right. Well, I thought I'd leave my number for last because in honor of the great Paul Reubens, I'm giving this an 8. This brought back a lot of good memories for me. I was laughing all the way through this movie. I felt like I was watching it for the first time again as like a kid. Love this movie. The average of everybody here is probably about a 7. Probably about a 7, which is good. 7 is good for a movie. So if you haven't seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure, go out there and check it out. Brian, what happened?
And Big Top Pee-wee.
And Big Top Pee-wee and Pee-wee's Holiday.
Yes.
That's
Well,
another
I was gonna say, if I have to choose favorites, I'm actually gonna choose Big Top Pee-wee.
Big Top Pee-wee is good. We'll probably do that one too later down the line. I really love that movie as well. Brian LCS says, "Hey y'all, sorry was caught up editing some videos. Listen, I know how that feels, brother. I know about the editing thing. So as long as you're here, appreciate you being here. Shout out to Brian LCS. Check his channel out. All right. So what's the homework for next week for the council?
What happened to our list?
Blank Man.
There's no list.
We had a list. Don't pretend like we didn't.
We put
I
2
thought it
names on a list, and you called it a list.
No, there was like a real list. It
did
started
have a
way
list.
back with Sucker Punch.
Do you
We
have
did have a
this
list.
list
He's on one.
somewhere? Do you
I-
have it written down?
I
Then this
Watched a
whole-
bunch out of it. Like
I
Sucker
know.
Punch 300 was on the list.
We've been doing 80s
The
movies. I
list.
think we stick with 80s movies.
What did
Oh
you
my
say?
God,
Blank Man?
like I'm just like stated 80s movies. Big Trouble in Little China was on the list. We did that.
Oh, so we might need a new list. What did we have recently? Someone suggested Rocketeer, right? Someone suggested...
Oh, we
Rocketeer's not
didn't
bad.
do
but That's not
Rocketeer.
bad. I think that's on
We
Netflix
could do
too, right?
Rocketeer.
Hold on, let's see
We
where
could
it's at. But can we finally watch one we don't have to pay for?
I now own Pee-wee's Big Adventure forever.
I'm sure you do.
Oh, dude.
Oh, it's $4. $4 is not bad though.
I told you it was discounted.
Larry's
Yeah.
got the right idea.
It's on
Yeah.
Disney. Rocketeer's on Disney Plus.
Rocketeer's on Disney Plus. Yes.
All right. So that's what it is, Council. Your homework for next week is
And
The
I haven't seen that
Rocketeer. It's a classic
I haven't
movie.
seen forever.
I haven't seen it in forever as well. It'll be like watching it for the first time. So The Rocketeer next week. All right? Remember that. All right. So that's the end of our show. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Remember to get at youngatheartfoundation.com. Get with Mike over there to help out the kiddies. Remember to get to Hudson Valley Community Services .org for all your community service fulfillments. Remember to get over to Alterniverse in Hyde Park for your new comic books, for your toys, for all your stuff. www.alterniverse.net, or you can call them at their phone number. But yeah, tomorrow's New Keys and Hot Comics of the Week, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where we go over all the new keys and all the new comics that are coming out this Wednesday, New Comic Book Day. All right, and we're continuing this little contest over here. We only got 2 more weeks of this contest. 2 more weeks. But it's the first Night Terrors error cover. All right, we'll find out about that tomorrow. All right, so be here next Sunday, 5 p.m. Film Box Office News, as we go over The Rocketeer. And we'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 p.m. as we go over all the new keys and hot comics of the week. So, for myself, for Phil, for Cliff, and for Green Shirt Guy, and the rest of the Council of Comics, we love you. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Peace.